Why don't you use wood chip on this side?
Why don't you, I'm so glad you asked. See, these questions are by the Holy Spirit. You see, as I began to lose ability to walk, the Holy Spirit spoke to me and says, you may not be able to haul wood chips to your garden much longer. And I want you to know that everything your garden needs, I produce for you right here. And I want you to hear me. For the rest of my life, all I need for my garden is my wheelbarrow, a screen, and a shovel. And I'm going to take you and show you what's all being made. And I love God. You see, the whole idea of importing stuff was never God's intent. Everything in nature is right where it is, and He's showing me that. Wood chips are great, but there may be a time when you can't get gas, you can't drive trucks, but my place is showing you that everything you need is right here from all my yard waste. And let me tell you the power of, I heat my house entirely with wood, and I put all the ashes back in my garden. Can I tell you something? Remember Joel Wallach, the guy who did Dead Doctors Don't Lie? He was a very intelligent man.
Yes, he is.
And the government gave him a $30 million, not thousand, $30 million grant in the 80s, when $30 million is a lot more than it is today, to study the importance of minerals on human health. You following me? So this guy had money to travel. I'm okay, I don't know anyway.
You sure?
But, yeah, okay. Well, thank you. Anyway, he had money to travel. So he travels the world studying these cultures that live over 130 years. 120, 130, long lives, over 100. He found they had three things in common. The first, they had no electricity. The second is they grew all their own food. And the third was very interesting. They all heated themselves with wood, and they cooked with wood, and they put the ashes back in their gardens. And he came to the understanding that the most mineral-rich substance on the planet are wood ash. Now, when he said that, I remember in my spirit, the Holy Spirit brought to my attention that my family was in the L2Survive National Park when the fire started. We were there. We were physically there. We watched that fire happen. They thought it would take decades for that park to ever be restored. In 2 years, it looked like a fire never happened. And here's what the Holy Spirit told me: when fire goes through wood, all that's left are minerals. Everything else is consumed. Minerals are not broken down or destroyed by heat or fire. You know what Joel Wallach said, which is interesting? You know when your food began to be depleted?
In the 30s.
Huh?
They said back in the 30s, there was a Senate study that said the soils were deficient then, 1936 or something like that. But what did you say?
He said it started with the discovery of electricity. Because prior to electricity, everyone on the planet that was cold heated themselves with wood, they cooked with wood, and they put the ashes back in their gardens. That was a natural, normal sequence. And when electricity happened, that stopped.
Interesting.
And people weren't heating with wood, cooking with wood, and that stopped. And so all my ashes go in my chicken pen. It all comes in my garden. You look out here, you can see ashes. See, there's ash right there. It's all here. And can I tell you the power of wood ashes in your garden? There's a company in Montana that does soil testing for farmers all over the United States. I can't think of their name, but they're in Montana, Missoula. And when the owner saw the film, he said, I want to check out that guy's soil. I'm really curious what his soil is like. So send a guy from Seattle to get a sample and send to him. When you get a soil test back, there's two columns. One is desired level, second column is lab results. Desired level of nitrogen is 40. My lab results is 120. Desired level of phosphorus is 174. Mine is 2,345. Desired level of potassium, 167. Mine is 1,154. Coming down to the smaller numbers, zinc. Desired level of 1 to 6. Mine is 21.5. And I just say, yay God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay God. And this is why all this food tastes so good. It's mineral content. High mineral content. And it's coming from wood chips and ashes. Yard waste.
Have you tested the soil from any areas where you haven't been doing this to see what the comparison is?
No.
That'd be interesting to see if it is.
But I remember when I came and was tilling, my food didn't taste this good.
Yeah, right.
So you're saying it's the wood ash? That
I think all of it. But I know the wood ash really pumps the numbers because it's the highest mineral content of anything that exists. So it's just, over the top.
Well, and also everything from here, compost teas leaches down to everything else.
But are there areas where that could still be done?
I just want to share this for you and everybody. This is from God. It's a moringa tree. You heard about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, tree of life.
It's a great tree.
So This cures like 300 disease. It has everything that human body needs. It's also called multivitamin tree. Yeah, so I'm glad you know about it.
I'm just saying,
If
everything God
people don't-
created
yeah.
in season has a distinctive purpose and need. And wherever you live, see, I live in a place where I can't grow that, but I know I have everything else right here. Can I tell you something God told me about, where you live? Because I get people calling me all the time, so you got to have this, you got to have that, you got to have this. And I keep saying, now God, talk to me about that, because I can't grow grapes here all year long. You got to have it. And you know what he told me? It was really cool. He says, wherever you live, I provided everything you need for perfect health. And he gave me the example of the Inuit Indians in northern Alaska. The Inuit Indians in northern Alaska, for their entire lives, never ate any fruit or vegetables, because the ground is ice and snow the entire year. What they get for vegetables is nori seaweed, and they eat whale meat, which is full of fat. But I want to challenge you, you get in a canoe and take out a whale. You're going to move, you're going to exercise, you're going to burn up that fat. You're not going to get obese. And those people live long, healthy lives on a very simple diet. But what I'm getting in the spirit is that wherever you live, you have everything you need, and you need to be thankful, have gratitude, and be okay with it. And don't think, I have to have this. No, you don't. And all the animals in nature all around you are validating that reality. They're not importing this. They're not taking supplements. My point is that
natural.
we take supplements, even though they're good, is because they're malnutrition. But if you're like the animal, eating everything that's growing all around you, you don't need supplements. I'm just being real. All this stuff is wonderful, and it's great, but you have it all where you live, in season, in nature. They're free. Yeah. Are you noticing how my dogs live here? They don't have to wait. They don't have to wait to be fed.
Wow.
Yeah, she'll go eat that. Listen, she's not being prompted. I want you to get, this is not part of the show. I didn't ask her to do this. This is just the natural response. I know this is the Holy Spirit. I was just telling you about animals, how they live, and then he does this demonstration for us. I want you to get that he's here, that he's manifesting he's just telling. I just told you, this is how they live. You see, no one's prompting that dog. She didn't go to school and say, you're supposed to eat cucumbers. She just knows how to live.
Instinct.
Instinct. Instinct is powerful. I love it. And so what a nice, my dogs have such a great life here. Don't have to wait to be fed. Don't have to be hungry. This is their lead. See, she'll eat a bite of that and come back later and get it. Because why not? Okay, we'll get another one. We'll get another one. It's hilarious.
Is that too big for you?
So Paul, I have a question. I take it that you, of course you never tilled this, but it looks to me that you do everything from direct seed in here.
Yeah.
Because there's just enough soil you can scrape away to create a little seed trench and then brush it back. But yet if you were to do transplants, you'd have to dig a hole, right?
Yeah.
And that wouldn't really work.
I can
as
dig
well.
a hole in this.
It does move, but
You see that yellow cucumber right there?
Yeah.
yeah.
That one there you want to take home.
Okay.
That's your seed.
Okay.
That one there, you see when they're yellow and big, they're real mature. So that's
Then what do you
That's the
do?
one.
You open it up and you scrape the seed out onto a strainer, and you wash all that slime and stuff off, and you let it sit in the strainer and let it dry. All that stuff will totally dry off. When it dries, put the seeds out, and you'll be shocked at the amount of seeds you're going to have. It's going to blow you away. And when you buy a container of cucumber seeds, they see how little they give you for like $3 or $4, thinking like, what's up with that? I just got this, man. Look at all I got for nothing. Again, you start getting like, man, it's all free and it's abundant, and all this shortage they're telling us about isn't real.
So when do you plant the warm weather things like cucumbers? Is it
I plant those in May.
early May or late May? Or?
1st of May.
1st of May, okay.
I plant all my early stuff in April, and the 1st of May I plant everything else.